All right, everybody, welcome back to the back nine of round two. We are at Sunset Hills for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, the Ledgestone Insurance Open, presented by DISCRAFT and Grip Equipment. My name is Paige Pierce.
And I'm Missy Gannon.
And on the front nine, wow, Catrina Allen 6 under.
Yeah.
I'm so interested to see how she finishes this round.
And we all know that's out there, right? But being able to do it all at the same time always seems to be one of those things that, you know, you just hope for, to be able to string those birdies together. Just very impressive.
Yeah, especially after round one, shooting a 3 under.
Yes.
Being in the lead at 3 under. Right now, in 9 holes, she's already doubled her score from the first round. So we also had Haley King shooting hot from, what, 6th card or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
She's up 16 spots with a 7 under through 11 holes right now. We got a bunch of other people moving up at 3 under for their round through 10 holes. So let's see what we can make on this lead card on the back nine.
Yeah, and starting with hole 10, just 301 feet. It is a par 3. It plays slightly uphill, and the main objective is just to somehow navigate these willow trees. The play really is this sort of sidearm drive into the green, or something that's going to hold super straight. Or you can try to navigate those willows and see what you get, but those definitely add some obstacles on the putting green for sure.
Catrina likes the willow gap right there. She's going fairway driver, and she's had this gap so many times. I feel like we've played here so often over the last few years. I've seen Catrina have a putt from there like 40 times, it feels like.
This is the way the hole was designed, though. The way Ellen took this shot, it was just perfectly set up for that little flex forehand, and you see she gets rewarded nicely.
Beautiful shot from Ellen, right under the basket. Going with my Raptor here, a little bit too wide. I'm going to throw it into the branches of the willow, but I do drop to a very similar position that I was yesterday. Oh, and just a tiny bit too high from Vanessa with that nuke. Clips the branch, and she's going to find herself just maybe 100 feet off the tee. Oh, opting for the hyzer play. Wow. Great shot.
That was her buzz.
I cannot see the basket.
Perfect. See, you're on your tippy toes back there trying to see. That's awesome.
Very similar putt from yesterday, so I knew what I did wrong yesterday, so it's cool to hit that one today.
Kat is able to see the basket right between the two bushes.
Just inside the circle, so she cannot jump, and just enough power to get it in. Beautiful putt, and she'll move up to 10 under. And another great birdie from Ellen. Not much of a putt necessarily though. She had a beautiful drive.
All right, hole 11, 393 feet, par 3. It does play quite a bit downhill with that big sloping downhill on the right. There is an OB pond just right and long of the basket, and then you can't see it on the screen here, but there is an OB patch just short of circle 1. So it kind of makes you decide whether or not you need to go for this or if you want to lay up and not deal with that OB short. Kat looking to definitely go for this, swinging a disc out wide and landing nice and close to the basket.
And it looked like she was a little unhappy with that release off, based on her demeanor, but it did get that late hyzer back. I think she thought it wasn't going to, and it was going to go in the water, but I mean, that is inside 20 feet. She's looking at another birdie putt. As is Ellen, with another beautiful sidearm with that shrike. This is my Raptor here. Comes out way too early. And I'm going to be over by the trees. I just see it hyzering out and not stoked about that one.
Vanessa going with her Hades.
Hyzer flip. It's turning.
Swinging back.
Oh,
Perfect.
beautiful. Almost in the bullseye. Yeah, and I didn't have a clear window. If I wanted it to be in the basket, it was going to be through those branches. Figured that wasn't possible, but tried anyway.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes they're not quite as, you know.
Strong as
Yeah.
you'd think. Ellen lining up the birdie putt, but just misses a little bit too far to the right. Kat, though, with another birdie to 11 under,
Stringing them together for sure.
which means she's 8 under through 11 holes.
Great birdie by Vanessa as well. Now hole 12, 383 feet, par 3. There is this straight gap right here that you'll see the traditional backhand route for a righty. And really, you just have to throw something that's going to stay super straight. If it hyzers out a little bit, it might hit this hill right by these trees and get a little roll, possibly down to the basket. But just pick your straightest driver, or maybe a mid if you're just looking to, you know, play it a little bit safer.
Yeah, and this is a infamous hole for backups, too. So we're sitting there for about 15 minutes and then have to throw the most challenging shot on the course.
Yep, and there's that little roll.
And just a beautiful shot from Catrina. This is such a difficult tee shot. Vanessa now going with her Hades again on a hyzer flip.
Ooh, yeah.
Gorgeous. And
Wow.
just so impressed to see 2 in a row within 15 feet of the basket. This is definitely a lot harder than these girls just made it look.
Ellen going outside of that tree on the forehand line, clipped something short, and she'll find herself in those out of bounds bushes. Yeah, there's pond pretty close into those bushes.
Going with my Raptor here. And just kind of threw it too low and turned it over. I'm going to find myself in the pond as well, out of bounds.
Yeah, and Ellen, when it'll be so short, looks like you kind of took it in a similar spot.
Yeah, the spotter said that I didn't cross land past those bushes, so I kind of had to take it in the same spot, which doesn't leave you any option
No.
to get up and down. So you're both going to be hoping for a double bogey at best.
And another birdie by Kat.
She's on pace to shoot very, very hot round. The course record is 12 under. And she is now 9 under, only through 12 holes. You could be watching history.
Vanessa also took a birdie as well. 2 great birdies.
And 2 double bogeys, so a big score separation there. Get a leaderboard check-in. Like we said, Catrina 9 under through 12. We got Heather Young at 4 under through 14. And Haley King still 7 under through 15. Other notables, Alexis 3 under through 14.
And hole 13, Another one of those score swinging style holes because it is only 280 feet, but it does play uphill and it is an island. So the island is probably about a foot bigger than the circle's edge. So that's about 35 feet. Not very big, and you have to decide if you want to lay up short and pitch up to the island and hopefully take a 3, or you're going to get aggressive and try to go for that 2 and land a perfect shot.
Catrina with her M4 here is a straight to understable mid-range. I was surprised to see that in her hand, but she just puts a nice hyzer angle on it and gets it right to 15 feet.
Yeah, we had a slight headwind just a few holes in front of you guys on this hole.
Oh, and Vanessa just a little bit too low. She's going to find herself out of bounds and having to go to the drop zone. Ellen wants no part of that. She's laying up. Yesterday I found myself a little too far, so I'm throwing my more stable Raptor today, hoping it will hyzer up quicker.
Yeah, looks like a great correction.
Ellen hated this one out of her hand. She thought it was out of bounds, but it just had enough speed on it to get safe onto the green.
This is about a 75-footer from the drop zone. Not banking on making it, but pretty safe to run it from there. Nice birdie from you, Paige. Ellen's gonna tap in her par.
Catrina now with the closest drive to card another birdie. Move up to 10 under par.
Vanessa will unfortunately take that bogey. But we're moving on to hole 14, 329 feet, par 3. Pretty straight and level shot, not a whole lot of elevation, and there is OB all along the left side and the right side. So you just need to throw something that's going to stay pretty straight and just get that distance right so you can get right up into this little bowl area. Pretty straightforward, just those last few trees to contend with.
Cat with a hyzer flip to flat. Starting to hyzer right before the trees, and she is parked. She's going to move up to 11 under par. Course record's 12 under. It's an amazing round she's putting together. This is my Raptor here. And very early out of my hand. I know immediately it's out of bounds. Ellen now going with the Shrike. Nice turn on it. She knows it's going to finish stable.
Thanks.
Yeah, she'll be a few steps inside circle 1.
Vanessa, hyzer flip on that nuke.
Looking for a little fade, some skip. Looks like she'll be right on circle's edge.
Save par. Just a terrible bid. Air ball. Hyzered it left of the basket. Very visible frustration there from myself.
Great putt by Vanessa.
Boom. Slow motion replay. Great putt. It's going to move her up to 5 under par.
There you go, Ellen. Also a great birdie. Yeah. Bogey doesn't feel great on this course, really.
No. Catrina, though. Wow, 14 under.
In the morning.
Birdie Fuel Coffee. Oh,
He took the cup. Where's he going with the cup? That's the cup.
took the cup. BirdieFuelCoffee.com.
Today, we'll be talking about the Nuke. The Nuke is a wide-rimmed, fast, maximum distance driver. When throwing on a wide-open course with the Nuke, I'm using it to unleash maximum backhand distance potential. Due to its slim profile and wide rim, the Nuke also fits really well in the hand when throwing sidearms. If I'm looking to throw down some boom sauce, I'm going with the Nuke. You can pick one up at DISCRAFT.com or your local disc golf retailer.
We're on hole 15, 555 feet, par 4, severe dogleg to the left, OB all along the left side and on the right side, but that OB doesn't really come into play too much. Really just trying to get as far down this first portion of the fairway to have this look at the basket. If you're able to look down the tunnel after your first shot, then you have a very, very good chance of getting the birdie on this hole. But that second shot is very technical.
Oh, Catrina, a little bit early or late out of her hand. She clips that branch and gets a huge ricochet to the left and will find herself out of bounds.
Ellen getting a bunch of skips off to the right side. She'll be just short of the main tunnel, but she will be able to make something work from there, I'm sure.
Vanessa looks like a little bit of a slip on the tee. She's going to be low enough to stay safe, but she's going to be way too far left to see around that corner. This is my buzz here. It's looking for a nice glidey flip to the right.
Gave it the height. It can just hold on. A little early. Are you just short of the corner?
Yeah, I can see the basket from there, but it's just a little bit too tight for my liking. Catrina, sad to see her out of bounds. She was on pace for a course record, but she does find herself around the corner after 2. So she'll be throwing her 4th shot up into the green. We'll see if she can just hang on for a single bogey here. Ellen putting a big move on this.
Whoa.
Falls to a knee. Goes deep of the basket, but stays safe. There is OB deep, but she is just barely inside the circle.
That was a great shot.
One sidearm roller with my Undertaker here. Looking for it to flip up. Find myself inside the circle, but kind of in that branch mess there.
Yeah, for sure.
Cat goes with the A2 sidearm, just a little bit low.
Yeah, that stump is, I think, in circle 2, so she'll be quite a ways out.
We might be seeing Catrina card a double bogey here unless she can hit a Long putt.
Oh, it's outside of circle 2 as well.
Vanessa doesn't have much other than that layup. Looks like Catrina lays up as well. Settle for a double bogey. Her first overstroke of the round.
Ellen with a crazy stance there.
Oh my gosh, almost hits it. Yeah, and I don't have much of a line at all. I can hardly even position my body in those branches. I'll settle for a par there. Vanessa will card the bogey. Catrina with the double, so she's moving down to 12 under par.
And on to hole 16, 352 feet, par 3. There is really no OB to really speak of on this hole. You're just trying to either lay down a roller, which I've seen, or a nice air shot that's going to get that late drift to the right up to this green here. And just miss those trees on the right side. Honestly, just something that's going to stay pretty straight. Ellen's going with the forehand strike here. It definitely shapes perfectly for that line. Looks like great height on it. Oh.
Just clips that branch. Gonna find herself about 120 out. And up the roller with my Avenger SS and just late release. Gonna find the right side of the fairway and it flips down the hill.
Whoa.
And I'll be pin high, but way down the hill.
It almost worked out. It just flipped over
Yeah.
and kept going.
Vanessa didn't quite get enough turn on that. She's also going to be pin high, but well left.
Cat go roller yesterday, but it looks like she's just going to go air shot.
Doesn't quite give it enough turn. She's going to be at circle 2's edge.
Yeah, so you're way down this hill. Looking back up at the basket. That'll do for a par.
Ooh, that was a good line.
Yeah.
A little too far away. Catrina decides to lay up, so you'll see a bunch of pars here on hole 16. It's a pretty tricky hole, you know, 352 feet with that late fade over to the right.
Yeah.
Very well designed par 3.
Easy to turn it over into those trees because you're looking for that late turn.
Now hole 17 is our last par 4 of the round. This is a great hole.
Yeah, pretty wide open. There is OB all along the left side, and then there is a late Mando on the right side that you must pass left of. So you just want to throw a big air shot and get as much distance as possible down the center of this fairway. And even being a little left is more helpful to attack this very guarded green that also sits on quite a big slope. So you're going to see a lot of big air shots, then a nice chip shot forehand or turnover backhand into that green. Ellen going big hyzer, just about at the Mando tree. She did definitely make the Mando, but that is the Mando tree right there.
Yeah, yesterday we saw her go out of bounds, so Today it looked like she just threw a pure hyzer. Didn't even want to mess with that distance on this hole today.
You went big yesterday. Looks like you're going big again. Just needs it to get down. Yeah, looks great.
A little bit closer to OB, but still a pretty good shot on that hole.
Vanessa going Hades, looking to get that flip up to flat, just to ride and get as much distance as possible. Looks nice and set up for that approach. Cat also throwing more of a straight to hyzer shot. She'll be on that left side.
Forced to go sidearm into the green. Oh, puts it a little bit too wide. She's gonna, oh, yep, she clips the branches. Kind of happens almost every time when you go too wide. You're gonna have about a 50-foot look downhill, and she might even have to straddle.
Yeah, Ellen going close to that Mando tree. Whoa, look at that roll.
All right.
It makes that shot a lot more difficult because you have to commit to such a severe hyzer angle. Definitely got a good bonus roll right there.
Vanessa in a very similar spot to Catrina, but she's a little closer. She's going to be about circle's edge.
You're just going to casually jump put this into the mouth. Not a lot of us can say that we can do that on this hole. That was great.
Catrina now for a birdie putt. Just a tiny bit high. Yeah, and honestly, that's very possible to roll on that one.
Seen it way too many times. Oh.
Oof.
Ellen just trying to punch one through those branches and nix that tree.
Almost worst case scenario, she's still in those trees. Now putting to save par.
Vanessa looking downhill just outside the circle.
Oh, just enough height. Beautiful birdie putt.
Yeah. Great commitment there.
Wow, off the front cage into the basket.
Almost makes it too. Wow. Great. Breezy, easy 3 from you.
So I'll be tied with Ellen now at 3 under par. 1 hole to play, and I believe the lead card spot, we're going to need to be at 4 under par. So both Ellen and myself are looking for birdies on this one.
Yeah, and hole 18 is definitely a birdieable hole, but it does have its challenges at 383 feet. Plays slightly downhill over this valley here, and any backhand shot just naturally wants to fade away from this basket down this slope. So you really just have to get your angles right and try to stay high and slightly on the right side and have it, your disc just fade nice and gently onto the green.
So this is my stalker. Would rather have thrown my Raptor, but I threw it in the water on hole 12 earlier.
Oh, wow.
As you guys saw. So the stalker's going to get a little bit straighter of a flight than I wanted. I'm going to find myself right of the basket, about 50 feet away. So with that pipeline again?
Yeah. Seems to be a bit flippy, so it looks like she's going to try to commit to that hyzer angle.
Oh, but just not enough power. She knows it, and she's watching it fade short left. Catrina looking for a Anheuser release here. Kind of comes up over the top of it. Gets a little bit of fade out at the end. She's going to be just outside the circle on the short side looking up at it. All right. Ellen with a great shot, perfectly pin high. A little bit down the hill on the left.
Bye, hard. See you at the green.
She said that was her favorite part of the round, getting to send it down the hill.
That's funny. Vanessa just pitching up with her putter. All right. Like you said, you knew this was for lead card potential. There you go. You got to be able to make those big putts when you're in situations like that.
Just barely enough height. It's cool to watch it slow motion replay. Felt slow motion in my mind. Shout out to GKPro for the great coverage. Hope you guys have been loving the women's coverage all year long. Oh, just a tiny bit high from Ellen. I liked it out of her hand. She'll settle with the par.
As will Vanessa. And Kat sitting right there for par as well.
Man, what could have been of that round? If that double bogey hadn't happened.
Yep, still a phenomenal round.
Incredible. Get a leaderboard check-in with a 9 under. She's now at 12 under par and has a 7-shot lead over Vanessa Van Dyken. We had a hot round from Haley King, who shot 6 under. She's going to be up 12 spots to 6th place. And, you know, lots of players under par today. I think we kind of got the hint that 3 under was not good enough, and clearly Catrina put her foot down and let us know what it's going to take going into the final 2 rounds. So make sure you guys tune in for round 3 if you want to see us tackle Sunset Hills one more time, 2 more times really. So tune in all weekend long, subscribe to GKPro, and we'll see you for round 3.